Hi, how are you? Thanks for watching. My name's Lisa, and one of the things I love talking about is health, especially preventative health or lifestyle medicine. What is the number one killer of Australians? Is it plagues, wild animals, or wars? Maybe natural disasters? No, we have technology to guard us against most of the historical causes. But our technology has a downside. We now have an overabundance of processed food. We live sedentary lifestyles, and ironically, even our medicines are killing us, with legal drugs being the third biggest killer. Our hectic, disconnected lifestyles are leaving us little time for connection or finding meaning and purpose in life. How do we fight against this epidemic? A lot of large-scale studies have been conducted, and these studies have concluded that the cause of chronic diseases is lifestyle. What about inherited tendencies to chronic disease? Can they be switched off? Epigenetics research has shown that even inherited tendencies to chronic disease can be switched off by lifestyle, especially what we eat. What can we do? Should we give up and practice escapism till it's too late? Should we indulge in pleasure seeking and hope that the happy vibes will keep us healthy? Actually, we know through epigenetics that happy feelings alone don't make positive changes in our genes. Pleasure seeking can actually have negative effects. Having real meaning and purpose and helping other people is the only kind of happiness that actually changes gene expression and reduces disease. Need more money to develop and buy medication for our symptoms? Even though medications help, they're not treating the root cause. Both the cause and the cure for chronic disease are found in the way that we live. To attack the root cause of chronic disease, we need preventative or lifestyle medicine. In practical terms, lifestyle medicine involves a range of health professionals, researchers, and educators working together to prevent, manage, and treat conditions that result from physical inactivity, poor diet or nutrition, smoking, alcohol overconsumption, social isolation, and loss of meaning and purpose in life, amongst others. What's the story of lifestyle medicine? Where did it begin? Who are the movers and shakers in this movement? One of the earliest records of lifestyle medicine is found in the laws God gave to Moses. These laws covered many areas of disease prevention, such as how to prepare food and eat it in a healthy way. They also helped to prevent germs from spreading through the use of quarantine and hand washing. Plus, they protected the people from contacting unclean things such as refuse, dead bodies, and mold. Moses didn't learn these laws from Egypt. They were very original and showed an advanced knowledge of disease prevention that is still current. Most people ignored the health laws in the Torah, thinking they were just for Jews. Following them could have prevented raging pandemics like the Black Plague. Apparently, the Jewish people had twice the survival rate of everyone else. However, instead of learning from them, everyone turned on them and accused them of starting the plague. Thankfully, we didn't stay in the dark about how disease spreads. In the 1800s, two of medical science's greatest discoveries dawned: hygiene and antibiotics. Florence Nightingale cleaned up the nursing profession and made it respectable. She started nursing schools. She was also well known for cleaning up the Crimean War and making conditions much better for the soldiers, most of whom died from infectious diseases rather than fighting. The concept of hand washing may not seem very revolutionary, but when Ignaz Semmelweis introduced the idea to his fellow doctors, it made him extremely unpopular. Most of the other doctors preferred handling dead bodies and then women who were in labor without any sanitation. The controversy and stress over hand washing apparently lasted for his entire career and was one of the factors that led to his untimely death in an insane asylum. Joseph Lister pioneered antiseptic surgery. He used carbolic acid as a cleaning and sterilizing agent. He observed it in farming and noticed that it didn't stop the plants from growing. So he thought, if it was okay for plants, it must be okay for people, hopefully. John Snow saved many people from cholera outbreaks by tracing the source to a water pump. He didn't exactly understand why, as most people of his time thought bad smells were the cause of the outbreaks. One of the greatest industrial wonders of the world was built during his time to contain the smell: the London sewer system. It remains to this day. It got rid of the smell and the cholera. Pasteurization is named after Louis Pasteur. He managed to convince a lot of people that germs actually exist. He also accidentally discovered how to make vaccines out of artificially weakened pathogens. He also experimented on a couple of people with his rabies vaccine, and he saved a 9-year-old boy who had been attacked by a dog with rabies. He also encouraged doctors again to wash their hands before surgery. Oui, monsieur, merci beaucoup. Passez-moi l'escargot, s'il vous plaît. John Harvey Kellogg's claim to fame is revolutionizing breakfast in the United States. He also brought attention to important pillars of lifestyle medicine, such as nutrition and regular exercise. He also promoted natural therapy. One of his biggest influences was the health writings of Ellen Gold White. Ellen had hardly any formal schooling, but her health writings were far ahead of her time. Apparently, even scientists don't always listen when their mum says, "Clean up your desk!" We can be very glad Alexander Fleming didn't, because he gives credit for one of the greatest medical discoveries of all time to his untidy workspace, where he accidentally found penicillin. This miracle of medical science has saved millions and led people to believe that infectious diseases would be gone forever. But the overuse of antibiotics has led to an unforeseen problem: superbugs, or antimicrobial resistance. The World Health Organization, for example, projects that by 2050, 10 million or more people will die every year due to antimicrobial resistance, making antibiotics ineffective. There may even be some procedures that won't be done anymore due to the high risk of infection, including putting in a stent. This makes preventative or lifestyle medicine even more desirable. From the 1800s onwards, innovations in food technology and medicine have exploded. We have all of the technology we need to give us easy modes of transport and a big variety of nutritious foods, as well as a lot of medications. The bad news is that our bodies are not designed for the big variety of easy, cheap, tasty food that is highly processed, with calories that are far too easy to absorb. On top of this, we are doing less than half the exercise that people did in the olden days. Eating fast and moving slow used to be called the Western lifestyle, referring to so-called developed countries having affluenza. However, developing countries are fast catching up on our unhealthy way of living, and now the majority of the world's population are more in danger of dying from obesity than from malnutrition. Lack of connection and a lack of meaning and purpose in life is causing problems for our health, relationships, and society. The westernized lifestyle does bring more wealth, but also more stress, anxiety, and depression. Recent Australian statistics reflect the tragic results of our stressful, disconnected, unhealthy lifestyles. The main killer of young Australians is suicide. Now the question is, what chronic disease kills the most people? Yes, coronary heart disease. According to the Heart Foundation, coronary heart disease is the biggest killer of Australians. Risk factors include high blood pressure, high cholesterol, overweight and obesity, low fruit and vegetable intake, alcohol and smoking. All of these factors are related to lifestyle. Shh! I'll tell you a secret that drug companies don't want you to know. In 2015, 159,052 Australians died. That was the total death rate for the whole of Australia. Guess how many people in the US died from taking prescription drugs? 200,000. Peter Ghosh in Deadly Medicines and Organised Crime describes how big pharmaceutical companies behave like organised crime syndicates. He says that they give patients drugs they should not have given them. Much of what the drug industry does fulfills the criteria for organised crime in US law. They behave in many ways like the mafia does. The drug industry buys the professors first, then chiefs of department, then other chief physicians, and so on. But we have something far more powerful than prescription drugs, for good or evil. We now know through epigenetics that inherited chronic disease can be switched on and off by lifestyle, and the biggest switch is what goes in our mouths. Ellen Gold White recommended the basics of holistic lifestyle medicine when it was far ahead of her time. It may not sound amazing with the medical knowledge we have now, but keep in mind that in her time, poisons were used as medicine and in makeup, and people were still scared of bathing, amongst many other health blunders. Pure air, sunlight, abstemiousness, rest, exercise, proper diet, use of water, trust in divine power. These are the true remedies. New Start is the acronym used to describe the application of lifestyle medicine in a holistic way. The N in New Start stands for nutrition, which has to do with what we eat, especially eating lots of fruit and vegetables. The E stands for exercise, the W for water, S stands for sunshine, T stands for temperance, which means avoiding things that are harmful and having everything in moderation. A stands for air, R stands for rest, and T stands for trust in God. Recent food documentaries have helped bring attention to our need for lifestyle medicine. Some include Super Size Me, Food Inc., Fat, Sick and Nearly Dead by an Australian, Chow Down, Food Matters, Hungry for Change, and What the Health. Now for more recent history focusing on some lifestyle medicine revolutionaries. Nathan Pritikin, founder of the Pritikin Longevity Centre, was an entrepreneur who was diagnosed with heart disease and told he had to take medication and avoid exercising for the rest of his life. He wasn't keen on having heart disease, so he experimented on himself by starting a low-fat, plant-based diet and regular exercise. He got rid of the blockages in his heart and he set up his centre to help other people improve their health too. Dr. T. Colin Campbell is best known for his influential book The China Study, one of America's best-selling books about nutrition. Many lifestyle medicine advocates have drawn inspiration from his work. Even former President Bill Clinton adopted a low-fat, plant-based diet after reading The China Study. Clinton decided to change his lifestyle in order to avoid future heart surgery. Dr. Caldwell B. Esselstyn Jr., helped patients who had been told there was no hope for their condition. As a last resort, he put them on a program of low-fat, plant-based diets, along with exercise and other lifestyle improvements. The before and after photos of their arteries showed that their disease could be reversed. His book, Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease, is still a very well-known, influential work in lifestyle medicine. Dr. Esselstyn's son, Rip Esselstyn, is carrying on the family legacy by running a lifestyle intervention program called Engine 2. Dr. John McDougall is well known for promoting food as medicine, using a low-fat, whole food, plant-based eating approach with an emphasis on starch. Dr. Neil Barnard has conducted studies and writes extensively on the topic of reversing diabetes. His program is 3 times more effective than other diet plans without using drugs. Dr. Neil Nedley emphasizes using lifestyle medicine in depression. His residential depression recovery program has a high rate of success. Dr. Dean Ornish created the Undo It program, a lifestyle intervention program to help people reverse heart disease. His program has showed enough results that it is covered by Medicare in the US. Eating and exercise are not the only areas covered in lifestyle intervention programs. A good example of this is the CHIP program founded by Dr. Hans Diehl. Dr. Hans Diehl, who formerly worked at the Pritikin Longevity Centre, decided to create a community-based intervention program that is now widely used in Australia and the US under the name CHIP. And no, it's not about eating chips. CHIP is an acronym for Complete Health Improvement Program. In 2012, CHIP was redeveloped by Sanitarium in conjunction with Dr. Darren Morton from Avondale College, Australia. CHIP includes spirituality as an important part of health and well-being, with topics like having meaning and purpose in life, forgiveness, and taking a day off once per week, the concept of Sabbath. CHIP is overseen by the Lifestyle Medicine Institute, and we have plenty more institutes and associations popping up everywhere. In America, Brazil, Britain, Canada, Europe, Germany, Israel, Italy, Korea, Latin America, Lithuania, and the Philippines. We also have the Lifestyle Medicine Global Alliance, and there's room for more. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and remember, the end is just the beginning.